Hello and welcome to my GameBlast feedback summary video. Hello, you guys, whoever's joining me. Now, I wanted to do a video outro for my GameBlast event that took place, which I did between the 7th and the 21st. Now, GameBlast is it's a charitable event which is set up by SpecialEffect, a charity in the UK which help people with severe disabilities gain access to video games, kind of brings in some inclusiveness, and it helps them to kind of do the things that people like myself and many other people take for granted. Things like, I get home from work, I pick this thing up and I play, and don't think anything about it. Now, for some people, that's not an option, and SpecialEffect and teams like SpecialEffect, because there's more than it's not just them that does this kind of thing, but they give people with severe disabilities, people who can't use a standard control pad and things, to be included in this whole cycle of being able to play video games, being able to interact with friends and family and whatever. And I think it's something it's something which I'm quite passionate about. I think gaming should be inclusive for everybody, and I like that teams like SpecialEffect are bringing these options, these choices for giving these people a chance to play, giving people the chance to all be able to play at least something. I mean, I know there's some games which are probably more difficult to adapt to specific technology and things. I mean, some can be very complex to play, and sometimes people can't access all the switches that would be required to play a particular game. But they do adapt a lot of things and give people a lot of opportunity to play at least something that they will enjoy. And that's why I'm very happy to support what they do, and it's why I took part in GameBlast 15 this year, and I also did it last year as well, but this time I wanted to up my game a bit, and I did it between the 7th and the 21st, and I ran a few streams. I did a lot of warm-up streams before I did my 24-hour final stream on the 20th, which went between the 20th and the 21st, and I've managed to hit my target, which I'm absolutely ecstatic about. But that only really happened today. I got the majority of that beforehand, and I was sitting around 72%, I think. And yeah, today I hit my target, which I'm really happy about. Now, what I did, I mean, the actual GameBlast event was a kind of special event which took place majority between the 20th and the 22nd of February, and there are so many teams, so many dedicated teams that were involved. There were some celebrity involvement. There were people who were known throughout the games industry, developers, big game companies. Jinx TV in the UK, they ran a massive thing with Game Digital, which is probably one of our biggest retailers for video games and stuff. They did a massive stream for that, which was brilliant. I didn't actually catch a lot of it live because I was running my stream at the same time, so I couldn't do that and play. But yeah, I've seen some of their highlights and I've seen some of the things that they did, and they put on a very a real quality show. We had the SpecialEffect team themselves, who went to Yuki, which is the UK entertainment, I'd say, body for us, and they used their offices. They did a live broadcast from there, and they did a 24-hour live stream and had various developers and stuff, and they had a really fun show. And I did catch a bit more of that because I went on the between the 21st and the 22nd. Yeah, and the things I saw from there were pretty funny. And and what I found out, I got an email from SpecialEffect, and they gave a round estimate of what has been raised so far, and the last count was over 80,000, and I think this is absolutely amazing, and it allows them to continue to do the things that they do. And I wanted to I want to just cut in now and put in a quick video, which is from SpecialEffect. And it's kind of It's a thank you from the CEO, Mick Donegan, who I have met a few times through various different things that SpecialEffect have done over the last couple of years since I've known and supported them. And I just wanted to show a video of what they are doing and his thank you message to all of the Game Blasters. And there's an example there of some of the work that they do, and the lives that they touch and bring in a little bit of joy, happiness, inclusion, and everything. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to quickly stick on a quick video. I'm just making sure that I've never done Hangouts before. This is all completely new to me. Here we go. So I can add a video to playlist and go. So yeah, if you just watch this, it's only a couple of minutes, well, a minute and something long. Or maybe not. Maybe it's not that video. It is. You can tell I'm a complete noob to all of this. There we go. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that. So yeah, basically, that's a prime example of some of the things that SpecialEffect do. There was a really good article in MCV today. I'm just going to see if I could bring up a link and do a quick screen share. I'm just going to read a couple of bits from it. It's a very good insight as to some of the things that they do, some of the how they approach each individual, and how they the kind of things that they do with regards to tailoring the peripherals, and how specific some things have to really be for each person. And they offer these these things, the support for free for a lot of people, and they loan equipment. They just trying to find this page at the same time. Yeah, they loan equipment. They do home visits. They do. They have people come into the center to use the equipment that they have at the center, which again is all, a lot of that's just free stuff that they do. They run various different fundraising events during the year to obviously they need to boost up the cash to kind of continue to do this and to provide the technology. They did. There was a Kickstarter. It wasn't actually on Kickstarter. I think it's on Indiegogo, which they did last year, which was for an eye gaze technology, a brand new eye gaze technology, and I was very happy to participate and put some money in and help them get that eye gaze technology, which they did fund. And that's one of the new things which they've brought in to help some of the people that use the center, some of the people that they loan equipment out to, etc. Okay, so I found oh no, wrong one. I did find the page, but I just clicked on the wrong link. Yeah, so let me just do a quick screen share. I can find the function. There we go. Okay. So here's here's the article, and basically, if you want to check out mcv.com, mcvuk.com, and you should find it in there. Basically, they've got a long piece about special effect. There's a little bit about the about Game Blast and stuff, and then there's just just some of the details here as to what they do, what they provide to individuals, etc. And there was a quote in here which I saw. Yeah, this one here. When we're working one-to-one with someone with physical disability like Mark, it's the details that become important. Now, that's kind of what they do. They tailor each adaptation, each controller adaptation, and things like that to each individual person, and it's it's amazing. I mean, things like this, finding the right grip material for the tip of the analog stick extension, blah blah blah. Enables them to use the controller properly. They will have certain, but when there's, I've seen they've got various videos on their YouTube channel, and you can go to their website and you can see various specified cases. Now you can see that they've also adapted some technology for people who have either not got used to their arms, etc. So they've got things like eyebrow switches and eye gaze and blink switches. So it kind of takes blinks as being clicks of a mouse, etc. And that kind of technology doesn't just help with video games; it can help them outside of that. Help people outside of that as well. And I think that's a very good thing that they're doing, and it kind of gives them massive opportunities and really give a little bit, a lot of enrichment into their, into their lives, and allows them to, play games with their siblings, just do something with other people, the things that they can't, can't go out and play football, etc. But they can go and play, sit in and play FIFA with a brother or something, and that's just something which is really cool, something I would take for granted just sitting at home on my console. So yeah. Now, another thing I want to do, I want to thank all the people who have helped me raise the funds. Helped me raise funds for Special Effect via my Just Giving page. If I just click off of screen share, so I want to just quickly. What's this? Okay, the vid didn't. Okay, so apparently the video didn't show up. I apologize for that. I will put a link in for the video where I can. I was also browsing at the same time, so you probably just saw my face looking and browsing while I was hunting for the next thing. Now, if I quickly use the screen share here, you can see my fundraiser, and I've hit the 200 of £200 target, which is what I aimed for, and I am so thankful for everyone who has donated and people who have shared my Just Giving page. And you guys have been amazing, and I just want to kind of thank all those people that have that've gotten their names on here that are they've got their names on here that I can give a quick thank you to. So I've got a few anonymous donations, so obviously I can't just go and thank anonymous people. Whoever you anonymous people are, I do thank you. But yeah, we've got Chaco. He's a friend of mine that I know is from France, living in Germany at the moment. There's Sadok. I have an Anna. Mari, who's another friend of mine personally, Stella, who does Tomb Raider walkthroughs, etc. She's a massive part of the Tomb Raider community, and has helped me out a heck of a lot when I've come to play these games, and I could have done with her help a lot when I was doing Tomb Raider 2 on my 24-hour. I think we've got Kelly M. She runs Tomb Raider Archaeology. She does some fantastic articles, actually. If you ever want to look into some of the like the artifacts that Lara Croft finds through her travels and some of the iconic places that she goes to, etc., Kelly does some brilliant little pieces on archaeology and the history of these places and stuff. So yeah, so thank you, Kelly. My friend Jazz, thank you. My friend Shaz. I've got Demon244. I know him from Twitter. I don't think I know him personally, but yeah. Tickles is someone I do know, so thank you. My sister Rachel, Mishi, or Team Benevolence as I've once and always probably will know her. Papa Jean, another friend of mine who's in with the Tecmo Koei community. Smidgy, who is someone actually jumped into my live stream for the 24-hour, which thank you, Smidgy. Blue Tartan, another one who came into my live stream. So again, thank you. And then 2 anonymous payments, which those then topped up to match my £200. Which, so everybody, thank you so much. I'm sure SpecialEffect will appreciate that. That goes into their totals to help them do what they do, and that's just that's brilliant. So thank you everybody, and thank you for supporting. Thank you for watching my streams. If you checked out the streams, if you come in from there, then thank you for that. Right, another thing I want to do is I want to pick a winner for my Tomb Raider collection competition, which will win the Tomb Raider collection on Steam, which includes 11 games. That's 10 Tomb Raider games and Guardian of Light, plus all the DLC that comes with all of those as well. So that's all thrown in there. Plus, I have Survival Pouch, which is from the collector's edition. I do have my own collector's edition. These were donated to me by a friend who wasn't going to make use of them, so she said I can give them away as a competition. I also have this Lara Croft figure. Now, it doesn't come in. It coming from the special edition, so it doesn't come in a Play Arts box. And I will try my best to wrap to put it into a protective packaging so it doesn't get crushed and whatever. Regardless of whatever it costs me to post it out. It's the same Lara figure that I have here. So yeah, that's mine out of the box. Not that it really makes a lot of difference, but yeah, if I wanted the other one, I would just buy the Play Arts one. Okay, so that's that. I'm just going to quickly pick a winner. So all I have to do is press a button here, and it will pick a winner from all the valid entries. Now, I have invalidated some entries which were those who hadn't donated to my Just Giving page, because this was a competition for donors. So those who donated £3 or more and used the competition tab to enter, then this is for you. So draw a winner. And I have a Rich Smith. So congratulations, Rich. I will get in touch with you and find out your address to send you over the figurine, the survival pouch, and I will email over the Tomb Raider games via Steam. I'll be using the gift system. So congratulations, Rich, and I hope you enjoy all of your prizes. Right, so I want to quickly go through what I played and how the things that my choices, my reasons for picking these games. Now, for my 24-hour one, that was kind of determined a little bit early on, and I wanted to do, like last year, another Tomb Raider session. And I thought last year I did Crystal Dynamics, it was a little bit more current, and I thought this year I would do something classic. So I did put out a poll. I was really undecided as to whether I wanted to play 1, 2, or 3. So I put out a poll, and it was decided that I would do Tomb Raider 2. thankfully or not thankfully, depending on whether you're watching or not. I know Mr. Sardock was, and you're in the chat room here, and the the game lasted 24 hours. It shouldn't have lasted 24 hours, but I went a bit noob, and I forgot a few of the puzzles. I forgot a few of the things, and it's been a while since I last played. But yeah, I I done that from the 24-hour. I did that between the 20th and the 21st. I started at 7 a.m. and I finished at 8 something or other, 8:22. I had an hour off a break, so yeah, that tied in nice. So that was that. The first games I played were Uncharted. I played the Uncharted trilogy one weekend. I wanted to do Uncharted because one, I hadn't played Uncharted in a little while, and I thought it'd be nice to revisit. I thought the game was not the same, but similar enough to Tomb Raider, which is kind of the main theme of what I was doing. So I thought that was a nice intro. It's there's a lot of action, there's a lot of cinematics and things like that. So I thought that was a nice one to get started with. I then chose to do The Wolf Among Us, which is a Telltale episodic game. And I did that because there's 5 episodes. It worked out nicely to do 1 episode per evening after I got home from work, and got a little bit of time to relax and stuff. So I did those, and they panned out really nicely. Some really tough choices. The game's quite brutal, and but it was it was a really, really good story. And I have got all of these videos up on my YouTube channel, which you should be able to find by clicking somewhere on my Google Plus page. And you can go to my channel. You can find out all the games that I played. You can see the full videos. I've broken them up usually into 2-hour sections at least. But I didn't want to break them down too much because for me, it'd be so much time just editing out. I think I did 72 hours worth of content, and that would have been a lot of time editing. So that was that. I then did some Koei Tecmo games on the Saturday after that. I played Samurai Warriors 4. I did a little bit of free mode, which was more of the story-based stuff, and then I went into Chronicle mode, which was kind of the create your own scenario using my created warrior. So I did a few hours of doing that, and then I went on to Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate. Initially, I had planned to do Dead or Alive 5 Last Round, and I didn't quite time it right, and Dead or Alive Last Round was actually out the next week, unfortunately. So you had Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate, and I tried to go into an online lobby to do a few online matches, but the lobbies were completely dead. And I think because Last Round was coming out, not many people were playing Ultimate anymore. And so I ended up doing the story mode. So you can get to see some of the beginning of the story mode there. On the Sunday, because I went out Saturday evening, I went out with a friend that I hadn't seen in ages, and I got home a little later than I expected on Sunday. But I played Zone of the Enders HD. I played the first game. I was debating between the first and the second. If I used the full day, I probably could have done both. But yeah, I played the first game. I played it through from start to finish, about 7 hours or so. That's up on my channel. One of the bits on there was annoying me because I forgot that I had to just run away. So I kept running into the boss, and I forgot completely about all of that. So yeah, that was that. Zone of the Enders I picked because I picked the Koei Tecmo games because I'm a big fan of their titles, and Samurai Warriors is one title that's probably my favorite Warriors game right now. And I picked Dead or Alive Ultimate because I do play a fair bit. I'm not good, but I do play a fair bit, and I do know the community. But because I end up taking the stream a little bit earlier, I was unable to kind of pull in enough people to to join me and play. So that was a little bit unfortunate. So yeah, that's that. So Sunday, Zone of the Enders. Zone of the Enders is one of my favorite experiences back on the PlayStation 2. I absolutely loved Hideo Kojima's games, and I thought um, doing Zone of the Enders HD, which was possibly one of my favorites of his, and then I fell in love with the whole OVA and anime saga, and so I wanted to revisit that. So I've had the game sitting on my shelf for God knows how long, and I thought this was a perfect opportunity to actually get around to playing it. So I did that. Um, on the Monday and Tuesday, on the Monday I did Little Big Planet 3 and played some community levels, a little bit for inspiration for what I was doing on Tuesday, which was to create my own level. And now I want to go back and put some more bits in my level, but I also need to go back and show you guys what I've got so far, because I got very confused with some of the things on. There's just so much to do in the toolkit. I got really confused, and someone come and joined me, which I was talking with them via the mic, and so you could hear my part of the conversation, not theirs, and it was all a bit strange. But he helped me out. He changed, he adapted some of the bits I had in my game, and he sorted out some of the switches and camera angles and stuff, which I really thank him for doing that. That was just a brilliant. And so I managed to get my own level. It's really short. It's inspired by Tomb Raider. Again, that was kind of my theme, and that's what as soon as I saw there was some temple objects and I saw some cogs, which I put 4 cogs together. So anyone who's played the original Tomb Raider will know exactly what I'm getting at there. So that was that. I took a couple of days off. I had a few events and stuff. I was in London, and I took Thursday as just a bit of a breather. But on Friday, I did my 24-hour, which was for Tomb Raider 2. And during the whole event, between the 7th and the 21st, I've been giving away. I can't remember how many games it was now. I think it was like 41. I think it was about 41 Steam games, but up and excluding the Tomb Raider collection, and then that's another 11 on top of that. So there was a lot of stuff. This is all kind of stuff which was bought by myself to give away. I received didn't receive these things as donations, which some people do. Obviously, I received the figurine and the survival pouch as a donation, but everything else I bought I bought myself, and I bought that to give away, and hopefully people have enjoyed what I've given them. So that's so that was the competitions, which thankfully went pretty smoothly, and I've been using a new tool for that, and I think that tool has worked out quite nicely for me. So yeah, that has been my Game Blast 2015. I am really looking forward to doing it next year. I'm not sure what I will do next year. I don't know whether I'll continue with the Tomb Raider theme or do something different. My friend Jazz wants me to do something with him, so we may do some kind of multiplayer stuff. Just do a 24-hour live stream with 2 of us doing various different multiplayer games, co-op and versus and whatever else, maybe a bit of Mario Kart or something, just something that's a bit of fun. So I'll have someone there to help me stay awake for 24 hours. It's really hard. It's not as simple as some people would maybe think, or maybe I was a little bit younger than I am now. That would have been fine, but it's not as easy now as it was. But if you wanted any tips for survival, basically I started early in the morning. I started at 7. The reason I wanted to start around that time was because I normally get up early and it felt like a normal day plus a late night, and that's kind of what I wanted. I didn't want to do a day, then do a 24-hour live stream, and then feel absolutely cream crackered after that. So that was my decision for starting early, and I think that was a wise decision on my part. One of the ways that I try to stay awake try to keep going is plenty of fluids, plenty of foods, but I use slow release energy foods, so things like nuts, raisins, and stuff, which work an absolute treat. They're a little bit of snack, but they can kind of release some of the energy a little bit slower and keep you ticking a little bit longer. I avoided coffee as much as I could. I avoided energy drinks up until around the 4 a.m. mark, which is when it starts to get really laggy for me. So I was almost dozing off around that time, and thankfully I kind of perked up and continued. But that was, between the 4 and 5 for me is always a struggle, and it was last year. And I did take a food break. It's never a good idea to just do 24 hours and not take a break ever, because you're just an idiot if you do that. Always take a break. Stretch your legs. You don't want to you don't want to make yourself ill. I was actually suffering from a cold while I was playing. I'm just kind of getting over it now, and I wouldn't advise anyone putting themselves at risk just to do a marathon, even if it is for charity. I mean, because the charity are supported, they want people to enjoy themselves, and if they have to, stream 12 hours, then 12 hours, and get a bit of a break in between, it's still fine. That was doing a 24-hour solid marathon. It's not the purpose of Game Blast. I just personally think it's a good challenge for me, and that's what I wanted to do. So yeah, there's some little tips and things that I do to get going. Got to stay motivated, keep an eye on the chat feed, and hope that the people that are there are keeping you motivated, because as soon as people start to disappear and you haven't got the interaction, then it becomes a lot harder. You're kind of stuck on your own, and you're just trying to tick over and stay awake, and yeah, there's nothing to kind of distract you as well as play, because playing games can make you tired as well. So yeah, there's that. So everyone who watched the stream was interacting with me, then huge thanks for keeping me awake. So yeah, thank you for everything. Congratulations, SpecialEffect, on on the fundraiser. Congratulations on hitting the 80,000 plus mark. I know it's going to a good cause, and I am so proud to be wanting to do this again next year. And I hope we have even more teams. I hope we raise even more, and who knows? There's events going on this weekend actually still, so there's still time for more fundraising. And hopefully they will hit over the course of the next couple of weeks or whatever, the 100,000, which was their initial target. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this broadcast and supporting SpecialEffect. I will be signing off, and I'm going to be playing some Dying Light. I'm going to be doing it on a live stream, but I'm just going to be doing it's not a Game Blast live stream, it's just something I'm doing on the side. So if you want to check that out, then follow me on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Rident FFXI. My Game Blast donations page, my Just Giving page, is going to stay open. So if there's any more fundraising, if people want to donate anything further, that's at justgiving.com/RidentsGB2015. But I will stick links to that and other bits in the bottom of the video, and I will also stick a link to that video that was meant to be playing while I was in the initial chat. So yeah, thank you, and I will before I go, give that lovely Tenko a little kiss. This one, my little Tenko. Yeah, he's really cool. He's from Toikiden, and I bought him. The Koei Tecmo Japan, Koei Tecmo Europe managed to get these for the MCM Expo. His fur's just now itched my nose. Yeah, they got him for MCM Expo, and I just needed one. I had to have it, and so I bought that straight up. I have also got here Jiminy Cricket. You know Jiminy. I bought him from New York Disney store. He's one of my favorite characters from my favorite Disney movie ever. I've loved that movie ever since I was a kid. Um, Bleeding Tenko fur in my nose. Yeah, I've got also all kinds of bits and pieces up here. I've got little Hitman, Lara, um, Nibbler, and then a load of collector's editions and stuff, all sorts. Yeah, that's my collection. So yeah, thank you guys for checking out this broadcast, and I will be back again next year. I will be doing live streams over the course of this year anyway. Just keep an eye out for when I go live, and if you follow me on Twitch, you'll see notifications of when I'm on. I don't stick to anything particular. I play various games, so feel free to just you know watch and interact, and you don't have to say anything, but yeah, it's always nice. Yeah, thank you guys, and I will catch you sometime soon. Oh, cheers.